If you're a fitness coach who have been struggling to grow your Instagram and getting more clients through it, in this video, we're going to talk about why you are posting daily, engaging, and still your posts are not getting views, and the 3 common mistakes that I see a lot of coaches is probably making. And this is based on my own personal experience going from 0 to 56,000 organic followers in less than 12 months. So a year ago, I just started posting my first piece of content, started with 0 followers, 0 clients, 0 income. And fast forward a year later, I grew my page to over 60,000 followers, grew my email subscribers to close to 2,000. And I'm pretty sure by the time you watch this, it's already at 2,000. I also get to work with athletes all over the world, right? And now I'm working fully online. And even though I choose the UK, which is one of the most expensive places to live at, well, I achieve all this by just posting 3 to 4 times a week with 0 spend on ads. And I'm not saying all this to brag, right? I'm just showing you what's possible and what makes me qualified to teach this. As you can see, it's only 13 months apart, right? And a lot of people think that to achieve this result, you need to take years, but that's not always the case if you have the right strategy in place. So just a little bit about myself, right? I'm not some sort of business coach. I don't have a Lambo parked outside. I'm not earning millions of dollars a month. But learning how to grow my personal brand has given me so much leverage as well as opportunities, right? Such as being able to work for myself or from anywhere I like, being invited to networking events, getting access to cool places, being able to travel any time I like, as well as attend some cool events, which I'm pretty sure you know the benefits that comes with having a strong personal brand online. I don't want to talk about myself too much in this video. So let's get into the 3 biggest mistakes fitness coaches make to grow their page, right? But before I get into that, I just wanted to mention that if there's something that I've learned this year from learning how to grow my page is that it's not luck, right? I've seen people who started out late and grew to over 100,000 followers in lesser time frame than me, earning crazy money. But I've also seen other coaches who have been posting for years, right? Being consistent and still stuck at the same place. And it all comes down to the right strategy, right? And I don't blame you guys because I've seen a lot of social media experts out there that ask you to engage more. You just need to post more consistently. You need to use trending audios, the right hashtag, the right posting time, just give more value. But let me ask you this, have you ever engaged with a piece of content because they post consistently, they use trending audios, they use hashtag, they post at the right time? Or is it just the piece of content itself is a good content? Because I'm sure when you engage with the content, you don't even bother about the trending audio. You don't bother about the hashtag. It's just about the piece of content itself, whether it's a good content, whether it relates to you, right? And another thing is what makes you follow someone, right? Once you engage with their content, you click into their profile, you look at all their other posts. What makes you follow is usually 3 things. It gives you value, right? And it's relatable to you. So for example, for my page, if you're an athlete, if you click into my page, every piece of content is catered towards an athlete. So immediately itself, you know that by following my page, you're going to get some sort of value out of it, and it's clear. So there's no way of manipulating someone into engage with the content, into following you. It comes down to the content itself and having the right strategy, which is what we're going to talk about in this video. So what's the biggest mistake coaches make when they try to grow their page? The first one is they focus on the wrong areas. Second is they post for either themselves or they post for everyone. And third is the lack of a clear structure as well as strategy, right? So first we'll look into focusing on the wrong areas. So what do I mean by that? So you see people always focus on asking you to post more consistently, studying the algorithm, using viral hook. But the key thing here that we are missing is the messaging, which makes up the whole foundation of your content creation. And that is why even though you try out all the things that people ask you to do, it still doesn't move the needle and you still don't see the result that you want, which I'll explain more and get into it deeper in this video. Like I mentioned, no matter how much you try, how much you post, nothing seems to work because you are technically aiming at the wrong things, right? So what does messaging actually consist of? So there's 3 things that I want to talk about and that makes up messaging. So the first is you have to identify your goal as well as your mission. Second, you need to know and understand your audience from head to toe. And then you have to position yourself as the expert in your niche, right? So let's talk about the first one. So every coach, everyone who's trying to build your own personal brand online, you have to identify your goal and your mission. You need to know who are you trying to help, what are you trying to help them achieve. So in this case, let's take this example. Let's say your goal is to help busy mom lose weight and live a better life. And the reason of doing it is because I've seen my mom struggle for years and now I want to help other moms. So I'll explain to you why is it important that we need to understand who do we want to help, right? So let's imagine for a moment yourself as a busy mom working a 9 to 5, and you come across two pieces of content from two different coaches. So Coach A, right, came up with a video titled as 3 tips to lose weight. The second coach mentioned 3 tips to lose weight for busy working moms. So as a busy mom yourself, which piece of content do you think you grab your attention? So obviously it's the B, right? So let me give you another example. Let's say you are a businessman who's trying to put on muscle, and you come across two pieces of content. Coach A says that there are 5 reasons you are not putting on muscle, and the second coach mentioned 3 reasons you are not putting on muscles while running a business. Which coach would you actually want to listen to? Again, it's B because it's relatable to you, right? Talking about running a business. And if you're not clear enough, let's get into another example, right? Imagine yourself as a powerlifter now, and your goal is to improve strength. So let's say you come across two pieces of content. One, it says 3 ways to get stronger in the gym. Second piece of content mentioned that 3 ways to improve your bench PR. Which one are actually more likely to make you stop scrolling, make you want to watch the video? Obviously, it's Coach B because it's more specific. It uses languages that powerlifter actually uses. So if you can reflect back to all these 3 users, right? All of them ignore Coach A and go for Coach B, even though the advice from Coach A can actually help all of them, right? So again, you go back to 3 tips to lose weight, 5 reasons not putting on muscle, 3 ways to get stronger in the gym. Yes, even though you can help every single person on the planet Earth, you feel like you can reach more people, you feel like you can reach a bigger audience. But when you break it down, when you look at each individual, as they scroll through Instagram, there are so many coaches out there that you have to compete with. And these people usually tend to choose and lean towards coaches who are more specialized in certain areas because they will feel like this coach actually understands them rather than going for the coach that can help everyone. So I hope this is clear. So if you don't have a goal, you don't have a specific audience, no one listens to you, right? And the second point is you have to know and understand your audience from head to toe. So once you know who do you want to help, now you want to understand them. So let's go back to using the busy mom working a 9 to 5 as an example. So the goal is to lose weight, right? But what's the reason behind the goal, which is the pain? So perhaps it's low self-esteem, perhaps it's they can't play with their kids. And what is the struggle? You have to also understand that. Perhaps the main point is lack of time. And you also have to understand what's their belief, right? So their belief perhaps is they have to go to the gym 3 to 4 times a week. They think that they have to cut out carbs. And what's their approach? Their approach will probably be thinking they only can work out when they have 1 hour in a day, or not, it's pointless, or they can't eat carbs and end up feeling shit. So the reason why we want to understand that is if you don't understand and truly understand them, their struggle, their pain, their belief, then you wouldn't be able to come up with a proper hook. So for example, if you don't understand them, you can come up with some sort of weak hook like 3 tips to lose weight for busy mom, full leg day recap as a busy mom, 3 exercises to build bigger glutes. Whereas compared to a coach who actually truly understand that problem, then they will be able to use that as the strong hook. So for example, if I want to lose 5 pounds in 4 weeks as a busy mom and regain my confidence, this is the one thing I would change. So you see, including their pain point inside their hook. So the second is point of view, you stop avoiding carbs to lose weight. Now you finally see your waist getting smaller and get to run around with your kids again. So again, going back to breaking their belief, right? Stop avoiding carbs to lose weight. And this will actually make them more engaged to actually want to watch your video. They'll be more intrigued. And then painting the perfect scenario that they actually want to achieve, because the goal might not be to lose weight. The goal is ultimately to run around with their kids. So this comes down to understanding your audience. The third one is struggle to balance kids, work, and training, which is ultimately the main struggle. The main struggle is not to get to the gym, but actually to balance kids, work, and training. So that is the main reason why we want to actually understand our audience. Once we have know our audience, once we understand them, then we want to position yourself as the expert in your niche. So for example, these are some good examples, right? So going back to busy moms trying to lose weight, look at this guy's profile. It's super clear, right? Keyword is there on his name. His bio is optimized. His story highlights are there, right? Fit mom, fit mom, fit mom. The pin posts are there. So it's pretty clear, pretty straightforward that he is an expert in his field. So for me, my goal is to help athletes improve performance. And when you click into my page, it's pretty clear that I'm a specialist in this area. So these are 3 points when it comes to getting a strong messaging, right? So again, you need to first identify your goal and mission. You need to know and understand your audience from head to toe, and then you have to position yourself as the expert in your niche. So now going back to the biggest mistakes, right, that coaches make. The second point is they post for themselves, either that or they post for everyone. So what do I mean by that is when you come up with a piece of content, right, there has to be based upon something. One of the ways of coming up with content is from your own butt, right? A lot of coaches does that. They wake up, they think of what they want to post, and then they create that post, which is why they speak to no one, right? Because they come up with the idea from their own head. Second is to copy trend. A lot of people does that, which ends up speaking to everyone because they're just blindly copying it. And the third way, which is the right way to do it, is to understand your audience, which I've explained above, and that is how you actually resonate with them and actually create content that is actually engaging. Right, now going to the last point, which is lack of a strategy and structure. Right, imagine if a client come to you and say that he has been consistent for years but not losing weight. He mentioned that he has been eating healthy, he has been hitting the gym, he don't drink or party, and the reality, right, he is eating too much healthy fats, he has been eating like shit, he has poor sleeping habit, which is why he has no result. Would you then ask him to continuously repeat the cycle, right? Just stay consistent. Do you think it will yield a result, or does it end up in an endless cycle of same result? And we call this blind consistency, right? Because consistency alone is not the answer. I guess you probably putting him on some sort of right strategy, right? Putting him on the right diet, some right split, and the proper structure to help him moving towards the right goal. Right, so with the right strategy, right structure, then you're able to help him move him towards the right direction rather than blind consistency, which leads him towards the endless cycle of same result. So this is the same, right, when it comes to content creation. Consistency alone is not enough. You need the right strategy as well. So there you have it, the 3 biggest mistakes fitness coaches make when they try to grow their page. So they focus on the wrong areas. They either post for themselves or they post for everyone, or the lack of a clear strategy and structure. And I don't want to make this video too long, but if you'd like to know the system that I personally use to grow my page from 0 to 56,000 organic followers in less than a year, posting just 3 to 4 times a week with zero spend on ads, working fully online, I've recorded a video, which I believe you can find it through the link somewhere below, and I'll see you in the next one.